Okay friends, now we are going to learn how to draw ray diagrams in case of concave mirror, and at the same time how to draw the ray diagrams in case of convex mirror. So basically we are going to use three light rays in case of concave mirror. There are nothing but ray 1, ray 2 and ray 3. These three light rays are helpful to draw the ray diagrams, and with the help of these ray diagrams we are going to know the position and nature of the image according to the position of object in front of the mirror. So that is the main purpose of these three rays here. So if you observe these three diagrams, first of all we will discuss about concave mirror here. First of all we will see ray 1. In case of ray 1 it is very simple, observe very carefully. So this one is the object who candle flame here. So this one is the incident ray. You have to observe the arrow marks with 100% concentration here. Arrow marks direction is important here. So here arrow mark, this is towards the mirror, so that's why it indicates incident ray. So now let us see the ray 1, rule 1. It is also considered as ray 1 or rule 1. So what is the first rule means? If we incident the light parallel to the principal axis, the reflected ray passes through focus. That is the first rule. It is very easy here. If we incident the light ray parallel to the principal axis, after the reflection, reflected ray passes through focus. That is the first rule. It is very easy. And let us see the second rule here. In case it is quite reverse to the first rule. So here reverse to the first rule. That means if we incident the light ray parallel to the principal axis, if we incident the light ray from focus, the reflected ray will pass parallel to the principal axis. So once we observe the first case, if we incident the light ray parallel to the principal axis, reflected ray pass to focus. Here quite reverse. If we incident the light ray from focus, the reflected ray will pass parallel to the principal axis. Quite reverse to the first one. And third one is very easy. It is very simple. If you observe this diagram, if we incident the light ray from center of curvature, from C, after hitting the mirror, the reflected ray returns back in the same direction. Same path, it follows the same path. Why? Because why it is moving in the same path, why it is reflected back, bounces back in the same path means very simple here. We are incidenting the light ray from center of curvature. That means we are incidenting the light ray from normal. So that's why it returns back to the same direction. So this is also known as normal incidence. And here you have to observe the two arrow marks in the same line. So this is incident ray, this one is representing reflected ray. It is representing two rays here. Observe it carefully here. And next we will discuss about ray diagrams of convex mirror. Here also we have three diagrams here. Same rules will be followed, applicable for convex mirror. But it is a converging mirror, it is a diverging mirror. That is the main difference between convex and concave mirror. So that's why if you observe these three diagrams, first rule, according to the rule 1, if we insert the light ray parallel to the principal axis, the reflected ray passes through the focus. So this is the reflected ray. It is here incident, this is incidentting here, and it is reflecting after hitting this surface, after hitting the mirror. So this is a reflected ray. But if we extend this reflected ray behind the mirror, it appears to pass through focus. So that's why I kept the dotted lines. Dotted lines means it is extended result. So that is the difference. And if we consider the rule 2, here also same thing. If we insert the light from focus, so that means what we are doing here, this is the incident ray. If we extend the incident ray, it appears to pass through focus. And after hitting the surface, after hitting the mirror, it returns back parallel to the principal axis. So here these are all extended light rays. Virtual light rays. That's why I kept the dotted one. And rule 3 is very simple. If we incident the light through focus, again the reflected light ray returns back to the same path. This is the incident ray, and this one is nothing but reflected. If we extend this one, it will pass through focus. So these three rules will be mostly helpful to draw the ray diagrams. By drawing the ray diagrams, we can know the position and nature of the image according to the position of object. Okay. Now I am going to explain about rules of sign convention for the parameters related to spherical mirror. So what are the parameters? Parameters means the quantities which are used in case of image formation. So here we have four parameters. They are nothing but focal length, radius of curvature, distance of object, distance of image. Focal length, radius of curvature, distance of object, distance of image. These are the four parameters. So after getting the image by concave or convex mirror, we have to measure all these distances. But when we are going to write these, substitute these values while solving the problems in mirror formula, we have to consider their sign. Sign means whether these values becomes positive or negative. They becomes plus or minus. So when they becomes positive, when they becomes negative. So these values, these particular sign will be depend on rules of sign convention. That is the basic purpose of rules of sign convention. So basically we have three rules of sign convention. Based on these three rules only, we have to decide whether these parameters becomes positive or negative. Now I will explain. I am going to explain these three rules. Listen with concentration here. First we will consider rule 1. So it is very easy. Nothing more confusion is there in this one. If we consider the rule 1, we should measure all the distances from pole of the mirror. Very simple. There is no confusion. Always we should measure the distance, whether it is focal length, distance of object or distance of image or whatever. All the optical distances, all these parameters should be measured from pole. This is the landmark, basic point. From the pole, we have to measure all the distances. That is the first rule. That's the first condition. So next rule is somewhat difficult, but if you understand, you can do it very easy. That's why you should listen with concentration. Rule 2. So what is rule 2 means? If we measure any distance from this one, any distance, if you measure any distance along the direction of incident ray, along the direction of incident ray. So in this diagram, this is the incident ray. This particular straight line representing incident ray. So if we measure any distance along the direction of incident ray, so that will be considered as positive. So along the direction, if you measure along the direction of incident ray, that becomes positive. But if you measure opposite to the direction of incident ray, in this direction if you measure means it becomes negative. That's it. Once again I am repeating rule 2. If we measure any optical distance along the direction of incident ray, it becomes positive. Opposite to the direction of incident ray, it becomes negative. That is the rule. So last one, rule 3, it is very easy, like rule 1. So this one is, in this diagram, this one is object here. This arrow now represents the object. O. So if we measure size of the object or size of the image, this is the size, height or size. So if we measure size or height of the object above the principal axis. So this is the principal axis, this part. Above the principal axis becomes positive. Above the principal axis becomes positive. But below the principal axis, if you measure the height, means it becomes negative. So that's it. If you measure height or size of the object or image, whatever, above the principal axis, it becomes positive. Below the principal axis, it becomes negative. That is the third rule. It is applicable. These three rules will be applicable for two types of mirrors, concave as well as convex. So now you should note these 4 points, and I am going to say give some logics here, clues. When we are going to solve the problems, directly you have to substitute the values. Okay. First we will consider concave mirror. Right. So this is the just example diagram of image formation by concave mirror. This one is object, and 2 light rays are coming from the object. Then after the reflection, they are going to reject a point. Really, they are going to converge at a point. So at this point, we will get the image, I for image. So they are really converging means we will get the real image. And real image is also inverted here. Object is above the principal axis, image is below the inverted image is real image. So now in this case, I am going to say when focal length becomes positive, whether they are these 4 parameters, whether they are becomes positive or negative. You should remember this one very easy. It will be very helpful to you when we are going to solve the problems. First one, we consider the focal length here. You know that the distance between the pole and focus is nothing but focal length. This is the focal length. Okay. So, in case of concave mirror, focal length becomes positive or negative. Let us see. So, this is the direction of incident ray. Arrow mark is a observe carefully. This is the direction of incident ray in this direction. But when we are going to measure the focal length, we have to measure from pole. From here we have to measure pole to focus. It is a distance. So this is nothing but focal length. So we are measuring. See this opposite to the direction of incident ray. So opposite to the direction of incident ray means focal length becomes negative. That's it. Focal length becomes negative. And radius of curvature, very simple. Radius of curvature is also negative. So why? Because we have to measure the distance from pole. It is the distance between pole and center of curvature. This is the distance. Here also it is opposite direction. So radius of curvature also becomes negative. That's it. And let us see distance of object here. So distance of object means it is the distance between pole and object. We have to measure from the pole. So here also we are measuring the object distance opposite to the direction of incident ray. Opposite. So that means it also becomes negative. And last one is distance of image V. And here we are getting the real image. So real image is always at the same side of the mirror. And the distance between mirror and image is nothing but distance of image. Here also we are measuring opposite to the direction of incident ray. So it is also becomes negative. Real image means negative. For example, if we get virtual image we get the virtual image other side of the mirror. So in case of virtual image, we have to measure distance along the direction of incident ray. So in case of virtual image, we will get positive value. So this is for real image. So if we get virtual image, it becomes positive. So these things you should remember. These are always same here. Very simple. In case of concave mirror, focal length and radius of curvature is always negative. And distance of object is also always negative. But V value will change. If you get real image, you will get negative value. If you get virtual image, you will get positive value. So now let us discuss these things regarding convex mirror. Convex mirror. Right. So in case of convex mirror, this is a simple example diagram. This is object and it is a diverging mirror. These two rays are incident on it here. So after reflection, it returns back to the same direction, and it is also passes to focus. And if they are not going to converge here, what we need to do in this case, we have to extend the light rays. If we extend the light rays, they appear to meet at a particular point. So this point is nothing but, this converging point is nothing but image position. This is nothing but virtual image. Okay? All convex mirror always forms virtual image. There is no doubt. Why? Because it is a diverging mirror. So now let us see whether the focal length becomes negative or positive. It is very easy here. You observe this one. So here, this is the direction of incident ray. This is the direction of incident ray. Focal length is the distance between pole and focus. We have to measure from poles. And so we are measuring along the direction. Observe this one. Along the direction, it becomes positive. In the same way, radius of curvature also we are measuring along the direction of incident ray. So it becomes positive. Very simple. Next, U value. So this is in this direction. This is the direction of incident ray. U means distance. U means distance of object. So distance of object is that we have to measure from pole. It is the distance between pole and object. We have to measure against the direction of incident ray. So opposite means it becomes negative. And if we consider V, we are getting virtual image. Virtual image means we are getting. We have to measure along the direction of incident ray. Along the direction of incident ray. So it becomes positive. So these things you should remember. Very simple. You should follow these instructions. It's very easy for you. So in case of convex mirror, focal length becomes positive. Radius of curvature becomes positive. And both the mirrors' common point is distance of object is always negative. Why? Because distance of object we have to measure always opposite to the direction of incident ray. So U value is always negative. It forms virtual image means V value is always positive. Here you should remember these things are most important. In case of concave mirror, if you find real image, if you get real image, V value becomes negative. If you get virtual image, V value becomes positive. So these things you should remember carefully. And we have to use this sign rules of sign convention, and we should when we are going to solve the problems regarding mirror formula, we have to follow these rules and substitute all these values f, r, u, v according to the rules of sign convention. So then only we will get the problem clear. So thank you very much for listening my class. Please subscribe my channel. If you like my videos really, just you have to click the like symbol and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.